Welcome, you join me here at Scott Creek Conservation Park for a photo walk. I'm heading out to test my new camera setup with the GoPro mounted to the lens hood of my Tamron 150-600, my Sony RX100 Mark III attached to the top of my main camera, and I'm also trying out some of my prototype gillie veil, gillie hide / poncho. It's a homemade job. Just trying it out to see how effective it's going to be. So I'm looking around for a location to set up. I noticed there's some small wrens and birds down the bottom here of the gully, so I'm making my way down looking for a spot to set up, and by the tree on the left hand side, yep, there we are. Looks like a nice shady spot to set up. So I'll sit on the ground, set my tripod up. So coming down, unfortunately this location turned out to be a really poor option, main reason being my lack of preparation. I really should have put my ghillie suit on and all the camo stuff on before I came into the location, because as you'll see in a minute, when I'm trying to set myself up and get myself dressed, I'm causing so much commotion that any animal within any distance is going to be scared off, and that seemed to be the case. They'd all left the scene after I got set up, and forced me to move to another location. So here I am getting my ghillie attached to my camera bag. Also, my own clumsiness really doesn't help here, where I'm fluffing about trying to work out which way up is. This is a new, as a prototype of mine, homemade, but I think it will work. I think it's got potential, and yeah, in a minute here as I throw it over my head, you'll see it get caught up on the tree behind me. Typical rookie mistake, fluffing about way too much. Yep, trying to scare all the animals off. As it comes over, you can see it does a pretty good job of breaking up my silhouette, and I can lay it over the camera if I need to, which is generally how I'm pretty much going to use it, is over the camera. But I thought I'd try it as a poncho today. I have a old hide net I made up out of some cloth and some ice dyed material. It seemed to work okay. It gets caught up on a lot of things, but I thought it might come in handy to make a sort of a veil to hide my facial features. So I think it's got potential, and I thought I'd use a cap to keep it on my head, but in reality I think using the cap on my head was probably a mistake. It actually accentuated the features rather than disguise the features, as you can see here. I think it's better without the cap. As I put the cap on, the outline becomes really sharp again. I think when I add my camouflaged ghillie style cap to it, that'll be better, but a regular cap just doesn't work. But I think the veil works really well, hides my facial features really well. I wish I'd put my gloves on. You can see within my gloves, hands out of the way, the ghillie suit hides my profile really well. So the gloves I forgot left at home, so it was a lack of preparation again. I'm here trying out the camera setup. This is a new camera setup for me. As I say, with the GoPro on the front of the Tamron 150-600 lens hood and the RX100 Mark III. So when my hands are out of the way and I'm not fluffing about, I blend in quite well with the background in this sort of vegetation. So I was pretty happy with that. So I moved to location number 2. That's a little bit higher, a little bit more open. The gillies. So here I am at location number 2. Use my binoculars to spot the birds. I could hear them in the background. I could see them flying around. So I'm just looking for a perch that I can focus in on. Because with this setup, I don't have any autofocus. It's got to be manually focused, manual exposure. So looking around, I can find quite a few in the trees in front of me that are in the shade, but nothing in the open. So look over to my left, I hear quite a few New Holland Honey Eaters in the tree. So I look to spot them, and as I spot them, I notice that majority of them are on the sunny side of the tree, which would be the left-hand side of the tree, away from me. And they seem to have settled in over there. So I'm going to make the decision in a minute to move to location number 3. This is a standing point. Eyeballing on my first New Holland Honey Eater, preening himself in the late evening sun. It's about 4 o'clock. Get a nice shot. Quite a few others turn up in the tree, and as I try to get close in on them, they come and go. So I'm trying to find a branch or a perch that's in the sun, and then, as I say, manually focus on it. Hopefully have enough depth of field. Then this little boy comes down, starts preening himself, and gives me plenty of time to get a couple of shots away. Didn't include the photos because they were just distracted by the branches in his face. Then the third one dropped in on the branch, and in the open, managed to get a nice shot of him. It's at this point I hear another bird call I'm not familiar with over to my right. I can see him up on the tree, so I focus in on it, zoom in on the branch, and he's just happily eating. So I snap the shot of him turning in the air, catching bugs, and then one of him on his perch up there, and he flies away. At this point in time, all the birds seem to have gone quiet. It's getting late, so I decide to join the birds and leave. Well, thank you, and hope to see you next time. Till then, cheers.